Break. Three biggest storylines heading into preseason week 3. This is from Dawg Pound Daily. Number 3, will the Browns enter the defensive tackle market? Number 2, how will the back end of the wide receiver room pan out? And number 1, are there any running backs from that insanely crowded and talented running back room on the move? Let's start with that one. I can't... Unless they get a trade offer that they think is really good, I can't necessarily see them trading one of those running backs for a 3rd or 4th round pick. 2nd round pick, maybe.
Yeah, I think people are thinking the Browns might not keep 4 running backs, but I think this is what I would think they're thinking is that, hey, if somebody wants to trade for D'Ernest Johnson, hey, blow us away, and give us a fair offer for him, and then we'll consider it. But if you don't want to give a fair offer, they're not going to get rid of him, and they'll just get rid of like a Johnny Stanton and just not carry a fullback and have 4 running backs. So, the Browns have flexibility at that position. Obviously, when you're that deep at a position, I mean, poor John Kelly, he really should be a factor in this conversation, but the room is just so good, and he's not bad. He's just not as good as Kareem Hunt, right? And that's like a crazy bar that this is. Well, I mean, Kareem Hunt, if you look at all the running backs that played last year, at the lowest yards per carry at like 4.8. Everybody was above 5, which is a ridiculous number, right, for the Browns to have. It's just unfortunate for him to be the 5th man in this conversation because, I mean, there's stud after stud after stud after stud. And then Demetric Felton's there somewhere, right, as a wide receiver. He got pushed out the room, unfortunately. So, it's just going to be tough, but I think they find a way to keep all of them.
What do you think? Did they go out and try to get a defensive tackle, a veteran guy, or do they comb the 53-man when the cutdowns are there to see if there's anybody they can plug in? Or you think they're riding with what they got?
This is another one of those familiarity versus ability arguments, right? Because we all want Ndamukong Suh because we know Ndamukong Suh used to be good, but is that really who they should go after? I think they probably have their eyes on somebody who's going to get cut, hopefully a bigger body from somebody's camp that's going to get cut because of depth and all of that. But I would expect at least one extra body from a different team. But I don't think it's going to be, a veteran. They're not going to call Gerald McCoy or Ndamukong Suh or whoever is the old guy at the week that we say that they have to call at whatever position, right? We got like 3 at wide receiver. We're like, oh, they got to call T.Y. Hilton every time something goes wrong. So no, it's not going to be anybody you're familiar with, but it will be somebody, I'm pretty sure, from the bottom of a roster that's going to be